go in OT. Juju Smith-Schuster had a fumble late in this game. Feel bad for him, but the Ravens, they get back at it with the win, 26-23 over the
We'll have an update,
Steelers.
of course, on Mason Rudolph. A brutal scene on the field yesterday. We have Will Selva out in the newsroom in Culver City with all of the headlines.
Absolutely. What's going on there, Kay? And guys, well, following his team's 33-7 loss to the Patriots on Sunday, when asked about his job security, head coach Jay Gruden had said, quote, "I'll just wait and see if my key works on Monday." Well, the key will need to be left under the mat because Gruden is no longer working for the Redskins. The news coming out early this morning, offensive line coach Bill Callahan will take over on an interim basis. The team will hold a press conference at 1 p.m. Eastern time. In a statement, the team's saying in part, quote, "Through the first 5 games of the 2019 season, the team has clearly not performed up to expectations, and we all share in that responsibility." Gruden finishing with a record of 35-49-1. A scary moment for the Steelers in the loss to the Ravens. Quarterback Mason Rudolph taking a big hit by Ravens safety Earl Thomas. The good sign is Rudolph was eventually able to walk off the field with some assistance and was released from the hospital after further evaluation. Thomas was flagged for roughing the passer on the play, but says there was no malice on this hit.
But I'm never trying to hurt anybody. At the end of the day, guys have families. So I never tried to intentionally hurt them. I was just going and flying to the ball like I normally do. And I was asking the ref what happened, and they said upstairs, said a part of my helmet kind of hit him in the chin, and that's what caused the flag. But I still believe that it wasn't intentional on my part.
And by the way, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting Thomas is not expected to be suspended for the hit, but the play will be reviewed for a possible fine. So Thomas telling reporters there was no malice behind it. In terms of Rudolph, we'll continue to monitor his situation as it develops.
Thank you so much, Will Selva. More highlights on the way. We've got a Monday Nighter tonight, but what went down with the Patriots and the Redskins?
Started a little weird. The Redskins were winning for a while. Patriots really slow out of the gates, as they were last week, but then they get it going. And it's milestone time. Tom Brady passes Brett Favre, now 3rd in the all-time passing list. Edelman was nails yesterday. I know he's been banged up, but he had a really, really gutsy game per usual and got in the end zone. And so did Ryan Izzo. Not Larry Izzo. No, another former Patriot. Ryan Izzo. Okay. How many white dudes on the Patriots team are named Izzo? How is that possible? That's a coincidence. 33-7. That was Jay Gruden's final game as the head coach of the Washington Redskins.
I'm a Tom Izzo gal.
Yeah, I love Tom Izzo.
Just saying. I believe Brady can move up those ranks with like less than 20 yards. He might do that against the Giants on Thursday Night Football on that passing yards list. Certainly not the season that Washington hoped for so far, without a win through the first 5 weeks of the year. That's the first time since 2002 that they have started 0-5. The Redskins part ways with Jay Gruden. So let's talk about Haskins in this entire quarterback room, because we've talked about what's going on with Jay, the fact that Bill Callahan will be the interim coach, the fact that they've got to work this out and sort of make the best of the rest of the season. Who's the best quarterback to be out there?
You know, it's funny because I thought if he would have played Haskins early, then that would give you a little bit of a longer leash, because you can talk to the organization, say, listen, I'm working with this rookie quarterback. We're working out the kinks. We'll have another opportunity next year after we get through the rookie woes. But I say go ahead and throw in Haskins right now. You're playing up against the Miami Dolphins. I mean, is there a better team for you to allow your young quarterback to gain confidence? And it's not me taking a shot at the Dolphins, but let's just call it what it is. You play the Dolphins this year. It's a get-right game. You can kind of fix some things that you're struggling with, and that might be the case coming up this weekend.
I think it speaks volumes that Jay Gruden did not want to play Dwayne Haskins. Say what you want about Jay Gruden's, his shortcomings as a coach or as a man, whatever. I think he knows offense. I think he knows quarterbacks. The fact that his job was on the line and he isn't going to this incredible-looking rookie tells me that maybe Dwayne Haskins doesn't have it right now. And there's a very dangerous game to play, which is to chase the crowd. This idea that the stadium was filled with Redskins fans to try to Patriots fans rather, to try to please the fans.
Yeah.
The fans want to come to see a winner. There's nothing that any quarterback, any rookie, nothing compares to coming to see an 8-2 team. This team is not a winner. I would be very careful. Nate, I like to use the phrase "throw him out there." It does kind of feel like you're offering it up haphazardly. I'd be very careful doing that, even against the Dolphins.
Bringing him in off the bench and throwing 3 interceptions against Daniel Jones, that didn't make me want to buy tickets if I'm a Redskins fan.
No, and I go back to April when we had the footage of him holding that Redskins jersey, Haskins, and he was so excited. Remember, guys, he went 15th overall. It means 14 teams passed on him. The Giants took Daniel Jones at 6. And the question now will be, if the Redskins coaching staff like Daniel Jones, as much as everyone's saying they did, and I'm not going to deny or confirm that, but there was talk that there were people who liked Daniel Jones in that organization, should they have traded up above the Giants to get in the top 5 and taken Daniel Jones? Or are we already giving up on Dwayne Haskins way too early here and saying, hey, 15th pick or not, this is still a guy who threw 50 touchdown passes last year. Who's going to mold him into being the quarterback he can be? Because if he's not getting the offense yet, and that's why you're not seeing him. He hasn't learned the playbook yet. He's not capable of winning yet. So who can do that? If Jay Gruden wasn't connecting with him, who's the next coach? I'll give you a few names just quickly. Byron Leftwich is doing an incredible job right now with Jameis Winston down in Tampa, a former first-round pick. He could also Eric Bieniemy down in Kansas City. He's got the best out of Mahomes. And then you look at Lincoln Riley, the head coach of Oklahoma. If you want to break the bank and go back to what Daniel Snyder used to do and get Spurrier and say, let's bring it all in. I don't know what the dollar price is, but you're looking at Lincoln Riley, the head coach of Oklahoma right now, who has a Heisman Trophy winner in Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner in Kyler Murray, and might win another one with Jalen Hurts this year. He's the quarterback master. Is Daniel Snyder willing to completely break the bank, go $10, $12, $13 million on a college coach? Maybe that's what it'll take him to listen, but it's open season right now for the Redskins. I think the quarterback is the most important thing. Who's going to get him there?
And that's a question that will be asked of Bruce Allen today. He has a press conference scheduled for 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to bring you that and all of the angles with the fallout from the Redskins parting ways with Jay Gruden. Now, down in Carolina, our very own Steve Smith Sr. was inducted into the Panthers Hall of Honor yesterday. So he gets a bust displayed in the stadium, a Panthers blue sports jacket, as you see here, and his name was added, to the upper bowl of the stadium. So look
the
at
Super
this.
Bowl jersey. I love that.
Very cool.
Here he is showing off his number 89, Agent 89, one more time. So congrats to Steve.
He's wearing an NFL Network hat.
Legend. NFL Network hat. He got a little choked up. I thought Steve's words were very, very moving. It was great.
Congrats to Steve. Love Steve. That is awesome. Christian McCaffrey on the field. Would they get a win with the Hall of Famers there for the Panthers all in the building? How about this?
Peter, can you do that?
Yeah, right.
What would happen?
I don't think I've ever been able to do that in a pool, in a
You don't think?
gymnastics foam pit, anything. Diving
Those foam
board.
pits.
You remember those?
Sure.
How?
wall.
How?
Velcro wall.
Right.
Sumo wrestler in a Velcro wall. Never was able to jump like that. McCaffrey K, 21.95 miles per hour. Next gen stats up the wazoo.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Backup running back, Strays.
Backup running back. Yeah.
McCaffrey was on the sideline for a breather.
Like, I'm going to take it, and Reggie Bonifant takes it. 59 yards per touchdown. This was a really good game, a fun game in the early window when there was 10 of them. Jaguars had a shot at the end. Minshew could not get it to the end zone. Awesome win for the Panthers, who have won 3 straight without Cam Newton in the lineup.
How about Kyle Allen? But how about Deshaun Watson, though? Deshaun Watson, a little bit of a bounce back in a big way. Watch him drop back. That circle represents the pocket being clean. And there it is. That's a clean catch by Will Fuller, who went off in this one. Shout out to H-Town. If you protect Deshaun Watson, he'll make some highlights happen. Here he is once again. Protection, and then a big play down the field. Will Fuller, a big-time play. Will Fuller had 14 catches, 217, 3 TDs. 14 catches. Deshaun Watson, 426, and 5 of those TDs. How about those Texans?
How about those Texans? They've got one against the Chiefs in Week 6. We are giving you guys the highlights on everything. We also have the breaking news on Jay Gruden to get to. What's next for the Redskins? We'll get to that, of course, and there's a lot more to get to as well, guys.
There is.
With Daniel Jones, how did he hold up?